is my very first attempt at an ASMR video. I decided to start a channel because I've been watching ASMR videos for a few years now. And I just think there's something special about this community. And I wanted to be an active participant. This is actually my second attempt at making this video. The first one had some lighting issues, some sound issues. You can probably tell that I'm using some fairly amateurish equipment. This is just a phone camera. It would be nice if I had a few $100s for a good one, but right now that's not my concern. I don't have one of those fancy binaural mics either, but that's okay. Maybe one day. So, I decided to start off with some Harvest Moon fan art. My coworker was teasing me the other day because this is, he says, the worst game in the series. The Super Nintendo. He may be right. I don't know, I haven't played any of the others. He swears by Harvest Moon 64. Although I did recently get a copy of Magical Melodies, so I'll probably play that soon. I don't know what the boy's name is, so I just named him Boy. I messed up on that dog here, but I can fit that in post-production. So, I'm working on Ellen right now. Sorry, Eve. But so far I have drawn Maria, Anne, Ellen, and the dog, and Nina. Maria works in the church. She's the daughter of the mayor. Anne, she's the daughter of the tool shop owner. And she's a mechanic. She's kind of spunky and cool. Ellen, she's like an animal lover. I forgot to make her pet the dog. I think she introduces you to the dog, and I'm pretty sure she has like a little bird that lives in the back of her house. And I think there's a subplot where you can save her bird or something. Nina is sort of the bubbly one. She wears pink. She's really into flowers. Made her eye a little too wide there, but I can move that over later. Ellen, I think she is supposed to be. I've never tried to marry her character in the game, just Maria and Anne so far. Or maybe Ellen wants to, but Eve is she's presented as a superficial one, but she's actually the most emotionally damaged of the group. Her father, I'll be drawing down here, is the town drunk, and he's sort of an object of ridicule. He spends all his time in the bar. I like the sort of sensitive way that Super Nintendo games used to try to address these sort of subjects. This is also one of the only games that allowed for a romance storyline. Lufia 2 is a good one in that regard, but I think a lot of people who played Final Fantasy VI were kind of disappointed. At least by that, not by the game itself, but by the fact that there is no romance subplot. I was. Chrono Trigger is the same way. You kind of get the feeling from the game that Chronos, there's something asexual about him, which is fine. I think Frog is the one who's kind of got like feelings for people. You can tell that Isla has a crush on Chrono because he's strong. She likes that. But other than that, there's not much. That's cool. Just is what it is. First time I tried to make this video, I talked about some of my favorite ASMR artists. So I think I'll revisit that topic. The first one that I started listening to purpose was Ali at ASMR Requests. I really liked her Time Travel Tuesdays. Or I think it later changed to Time Travel Tingles. I can't remember. But she scratching on a Zelda cartridge. I wasn't actually introduced to ASMR through the community, though. I was introduced to it when watching one of Lee Alexander's lo-fi Let's Plays. She mentioned on Twitter that people often told her that her videos gave them unintentional ASMR. And the minute I saw that, I realized that this weird feeling that some people get wasn't just unique to me. I had a lot of trouble finding people who know what I was talking about when I would say I would get shivers during story time when I was a kid. Sometimes phone calls will give me ASMR. I work in an office. I really like talking to soft-spoken people on the phone. Makes me feel kind of sleepy. So yeah, I experienced ASMR like most of you since I was a kid. But it wasn't until I found out about this community that I knew how to tap into this feeling. I'm really thankful. I went kind of crazy with it when I first found out about it. I accidentally gave myself immunity. That's how I learned how to pace myself. So I try to listen to different people every day. I'm also a big fan of, I mean, most of you are a big fan of her too, but Springbok does some amazing stuff. Brittany ASMR, she's one of my favorites. I don't have a preference for male or female voices. I like some male voices too. I've listened to a few things by Ephemeral Rift. I really like his Lovecraft reading. Luke at Blackmail ASMR. I like his little Oreo taste tests. And he's got like two 40-minute videos where he just goes on and on about all the metal bands he likes, and I really enjoy that too. And Miklas Productions does some amazing things. I'm trying to find a picture of this priest. He's a little elusive. Looks like my phone's starting to run out of batteries too. Maybe it'll be nice and let me record. There he is. He's such a goofy looking guy. I like him though. He's got a tall head. Big hat. Maria can be seen on Sundays in this game playing the piano in the church. And I really love that theme. I'm a huge fan of church music and video games. The cathedral theme from Link to the Past. It's great. Some of you might know about. There's this, I guess you could call it a hidden gem for the NES called Xanadu. Sort of back before Metroidvanias existed, there were some of these semi-non-linear platforming adventure games, and that was one of them. And it's got this really great theme, the church, an organ theme. When you enter, the priest tells you to remember your mantra, which didn't make any sense to me when I was a kid because I didn't realize that these games are being translated from Japanese. You grow up Episcopalian, you don't read a lot about mantras. Shadowgate 64. That's also a bit of an unknown one. That one also was an amazing cathedral. Like sacred spaces in video games, save points, temples, churches, cemeteries. Aren't video game cemeteries such a strange thing? They're so violent. Why are they so violent? Every time people bury their loved ones in one of these cemeteries, they must think, oof, I feel sorry for the guy that has got to fight that one. Imagine burying a relative and then having to warn travelers, hey, my grandpa's in this cemetery. He's probably going to pop out and try to kill you. Just throw a little holy water at him and he'll go back to his grave. Go back to bed. This graph paper I'm drawing on, it's a custom printed one that I make myself. There's this Italian company called Macalrius. They make these big, beautiful vinyl covered graph paper books. And they used to make them in non-photo blue, which was perfect. But nowadays, those graph lines are just solid midnight blue, maybe purple sometimes too. They're just absolutely useless. I mean, I'm sure if you're an engineer or a dungeon master, you might get a little mileage out of them, but if you're planning on scanning them later, good luck. But this here is the right dimension for it. And I make this little margin on the side here. As you can see, I did some Super Mario Land 2 fan art also. I like to give people these little slit eyes. Although there are times when it's not an option, like on the ant up here. He's got these big eyes. You kind of want those to show. I like these little pigs, the ones that shoot cannonballs out of their mouths. This shark, his name is just Shark. He's got a boxing glove. Why? They play around with Goombas here in a fun way. You have Boo Goombas, these little ghost ones. You have these Aqua Goombas. They just wear a old-fashioned diving helmet. Like this owl too, this big fat owl with a flat top, heavy head. Must have been made up by Metalhead, or at least named by one. These weird little fish cows are cool too. I think this is a Goomba back here. I don't know for sure, but it's just so generic. He's just like a Jason mask with a knife stuck in it. It's cute. And this is the best one of all. You got all these guys, like Skeleton Bait, Aqua Goomba, Pom Pom, and then you just got this big rat with a conical nose named Ricky. His name is just Ricky. Why Ricky? Because he's singular. He has a name of his own. Kind of like this guy Tatanka. But the bird, the first boss is a bird, and his name is just Bird. What kind of name is Bird for a bird? It's ridiculous. Try to find the fortune teller next. She's really cute. People in this town don't seem to have any problem with there being a church on one corner and a fortune teller right down the street. I feel like some neighborhoods, maybe people have a problem with that. Well, like I was saying before, the priest in this game is a little less fundamentalistic than a real life priest might be. He's got a lot of Buddhist sort of sayings about happiness, things like that. Can't really find a good picture of this fortune teller. Maybe I'll draw the cow instead. I love all the little bits. Well, the game's kind of monotonous, and the little scenes that just break it up in a nice way are really nice. There's a part where you come out, it's the first day of winter. There's just some birds on your lawn or on your front step, and they just fly away in that morning silence, and there's something so beautiful about that. Just a quiet little moment. Oh, these cows are so cute. They don't need any they don't need to be made chibi. They're already super cute. And the manual for this game, I may be wrong, I may be right, I don't know, but the artwork has that sort of Akira Toriyama look to it. They've got the tall, high foreheads. These sort of squarish jaws. This cow's a name. You have to give it a name, right? Its name is just cow. It's not too. Who am I to judge? I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Like I said, I know it's kind of amateur, but that's all I've got at the moment. I always get kind of annoyed when people apologize for the sound quality on their videos, and here I am doing it. It's a little hypocritical. Oh well. Keep going. Let's see. I think we have time for the horse too. This game does get really. It's a bit of a drudgery sometimes. Every single day running back and forth. Dumping fruit into a Horse's backpack, trying to get as much as you can before the sun goes down. Why do we play games that are like jobs? Any of you've played GB Robo, you know what I'm talking about. That game basically is a job. You're walking around cleaning up stuff. It's not a game about cleaning. It's a game about making people happy. You've got this family, just everything's falling apart. I don't seem to know why. You just show up and start cleaning stuff, and all of a sudden, you've taken some of their burden away. Oh, that's weird. Something weird with this horse. Hope enough people play that game because it's very hard to get your hands on. It's a beautiful game, but those are about, I don't know, 70 or 80 bucks. It's prohibitive for most people. I lucked out. I found one at a half price for 20. I had a coupon. I paid $17 for it. That's my one good story about making it a find or a deal. Well, I guess that's all for today. I'll stop now. Anyway, I hope you guys like it. Feel free to subscribe. If not, feel free not to. See you next time.